Hey guys, it's Abel with Accufoam, and I'm here with Aaron Kuhnert. He's part of our technical team here at Accufoam. And today we're going to talk about transfer pumps. What we've got here is a couple of pneumatic transfer pumps. These are air-driven pumps. We've got the T2 here, along with the T3. And we're also going to be talking about an electric pump here in just a second, and what's the difference between those. So, quick difference between these two pumps right here. First of all, this is a 2-to-1 ratio pump versus the T3, which is a 3-to-1 ratio pump. What that means is, for every pound of air pressure, it's going to convert to either 2 pounds of fluid pressure or 3 pounds of fluid pressure. So the T3 is a little bit more efficient pump.
Right. And where that matters is you want to size your pump according to whatever machine you're going to spray out of and what you're doing with it. Because if you're going to run a 42 chamber out of an H40, obviously you can get by with a T1. But if you're going to ramp up to a 60, then you need to take into account for what the machine's actually going to draw and what you're doing with it.
And what's really cool about these two pumps, they actually have the same lower. So the portion that's inside the drum, it's actually the same lower. What changed here was the air motor on the T3 pump.
Right. And the good thing about the T3 pump, even though you think T2, T1 would use less air, it's actually not the case. They use a shuttle valve system. It requires less air, so sometimes bigger is better on all fronts. This is one of my favorite pumps. They're pretty hardy. The only time I ever see issues with these, usually it's whenever somebody gets contaminants in their airline, plug it in, and scuff up that shuttle valve. Other than that, they're pretty bulletproof. These older school pumps, they use a percussion cap and spring for the directional settings, but still tried and true technology. Can't go wrong with them.
The deal here, though, is you got to make sure you're setting your pneumatic air pressure, right, to supply your feed pressure to your proportioner. So here it's more of a manual adjustment that you've got to do. If you're running a more viscous material, you've got to turn up that air pressure a little bit so you can get your feed pressure to your to your proportioner.
And that's where incoming pressure gauges are so handy too, because that's the only way we have to verify what we're actually doing.
So actually we'll carry one of these in the field because a lot of times the regulators that are going to these transfer pumps aren't reading accurately, or the gauges have been damaged. And this is just a manual way of being able to verify that. I guess we'll transition over here to the electric pump, because that's the newer technology from Graco. And so here what we have is a Graco E1 pump. It's an electric transfer pump.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite part about this pump is once you run out of chemical, it runs away and it shuts off the machine because they're all integrated. So you take less of a chance of crossing over a gun, running a proportioner short, and sucking air into the system.
So what he's talking about is actually communicating through this box to the proportioner. And this is a fully integrated system. And so if we're dealing with a much viscous or thicker material, this electric pump, based off of the sensors, the inlet pressure monitoring system, it can actually provide more horsepower to this transfer pump and auto adjust as needed.
It's not going to short the machine. My other favorite part of this pump is too, it's got a removable collar. So if you have a shorter trailer, you can remove the actual motor from the pump, which allows you to pull your pump easier and stab it in your set.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all in all, great product. They also make a standalone system, I believe, on the E1 pumps now that you can integrate into any rig, but I have not seen one in the field yet.
Yeah. As far as I know, it's going to be through this box here, right? And it's going to be communicating with the system. And so, yeah, just a little quick difference.
Yeah.
Comparing the transfer pumps, they are all good pumps.
Yeah, right.
They all tried and true. They do their job. Really wanted to just show you the newer technology and how it's integrating into the machine, how it's auto adjusting. Super quiet. And the other cool thing about this is
they don't
over
take
there.
Air.
Yeah. So if you're, limited on air capacity, these do not require air. So you just really need a smaller air compressor for your spray gun. So plus and minuses, benefits.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of give and take, but I mean, the cost savings on Pneumatic, obviously, but these have a place. I'm liking them.
Yeah, I like them too. So if you guys got any questions, please leave them in the comment section. We'd be happy to answer them. Reach out to our tech team in the field. We'd be glad to help you out. Hopefully we see you at one of our demo day events, and check us out on accufoam.com. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, guys.